This is Rafiq Luzon, and you are tuned in to Nothing But That Sports Talk. This is Rafiq with Nothing But That Sports Talk. I got a question for both of you. Obviously, this is the first season for the Golden State Valkyries. I want to get your thoughts on how they add on to the gauge of the WNBA and what can we expect from this year's All-Star Weekend. This is a question for both of you.
I mean, I'm blown away with what the Valkyries are doing. It's just, I mean, it is incredible when you look at the way they have spackled together their roster and that they are competitive every single night. Even I'm talking about spackling together their roster in the off season. Then they've had to do it, multiple times during the season. And for them to, be able to compete with, the best teams in the league, to really, I memean, every single game, whether it's last night in a tough, loss to Phoenix or, it's against the better teams in the league, they're in it every night. I mean, I think Natalie would obviously be the coach of the year if the season ended today. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And the atmosphere at those games, I haven't been out there for one yet, but it just looks unbelievable. And yeah, I just think it's so impressive what they're doing. And for All-Star Weekend, I think we're going to have an amazing pool of candidates for the three-point contest and skills competition. The All-Star game, we have so many prime age, transcendent stars right now in this league. And I think also just the league is in this place where it's culturally iconic. And the All-Star game is maybe the crown jewel event that celebrates all of that. So I feel like it's just going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun, vibrant weekend.
And same, I've so enjoyed watching the Valkyries play this year. It's pretty incredible what their organization has done in terms of what they've built there. The environment, you can feel it when you're watching games on TV. Like Ryan, I haven't called a game out there yet. The way they play, it feels like it'd be it's such a fun team to play for. Just the way they share the basketball. You're not looking at one or two superstars yet. They're all these players who just blend so well with one another. And I agree with Ryan. If the vote was taken today, certainly Natalie would be the coach of the year. And in terms of WNBA All-Star Weekend, I think it's going to be a blast. It's fascinating. And Ryan can add on to this if he wants. The All-Star game in Chicago in 2023 was the first time it felt like there was an event happening outside of the game. There were sponsor parties. There was just like a feel in the city like you have for NBA All-Star games. And so that was just a couple of years ago. And now it's this great event. We were just in Indiana and seeing all the signage on the buildings and how the anticipation already a week out for the All-Star game was pretty incredible. So I'm really excited to get there and just feel the energy of it all.
Yeah, that is definitely true. I think it was 23 or was it 22 Chicago? I think Chicago might have been 22, Vegas 23, and then Phoenix last year, right? But it felt like that was one. That felt like the watershed one that like kind of broke through, and then it's just steadily continued to climb since then. And I joke, and Rebecca's heard me reference this before, but it used to be like you do the All-Star game, the three-point competition was like at halftime, and then there was like a little banquet after the All-Star game, and that was like the extent of the All-Star parties, Now there's all these really cool, fun events and activations all around All-Star, and I think it just, speaks to the place that this league is now in when it comes to, sports and pop culture.